I'm very... let's just zoom out a bit further. I'm very surprised by the fact that you can actually see this half of my face. Because when I started... Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. When I started setting up for this shot, this half of my face was completely in the dark. And so now I have set up a painting easel with a white sheet on it to reflect the light coming from the window so that you can actually see my face. Anyway, hello, welcome to this video. As you can tell by the title, today we are going to be talking about the books that I'm going to read in March. I have quite an extensive list here this month because I'm determined to read a lot of books this month, and I shall be taking no further questioning on this matter. So let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna start off with the books that I've already started reading. There's technically three of them, but I'm gonna say there's two of them. The first of which is Quiet by Susan Cain. You can't see on the cover. We kind of can. It says Quiet by Susan Cain. I can't really describe this book to you other than reading to you the byline. The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. If you couldn't tell. Well, you probably can't tell because I talk a lot on this channel, but it's because I'm the only person here, so I have to talk. But I am an introvert, so I thought this would be an interesting book to read. I actually own this book. I'm borrowing from the bookshop that I work at, but I do actually own her follow-up book to this, Quiet Power. But I thought maybe I should read this one first. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a bit repetitive to read both of them. Maybe, I don't know, I'll find out. But I'm only on page 78 and I've been reading for a while. But the thing is, this type is so small that it is taking me a long time to read because there are a lot of words on these pages because it's in very small typeface. But I'm going to make my way through this. It is very interesting so far. So I'm continuing on. Then the next one that I have already started is The Power? No. The Promise by Damon Galgut. It won the... Oh no, it didn't win, but it was shortlisted for the 2021 Booker Prize. I feel like it won something, but apparently it didn't. But anyway, it was shortlisted for the Booker Prize. It's set in apartheid in South Africa, which, if you didn't know, is where I'm from. And it is set in a family where one of the family members dies. There are 5 people in the family, so the mother and father, and then 3 children. So far, it's being told out of the perspective of the youngest child, and one of the family members dies. And you see how their family dynamic sort of changes. And then there's also the perspective of their maid who works for them, who's black, and you sort of get to see her perspective on dealing with the death as well. And I'm not very far into this book yet. What I've read so far, I read pretty quickly, so I think I can get through this book quite quickly. That's self-explanatory. I feel like I'm saying quickly too many times. But anyway, then the next book that I sort of started but then didn't really continue reading is Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I read, I think, the first 3 pages of this book, and then decided that I think I should find an audiobook version for this book because it was written a long time ago, so, and it's not the easiest thing for me to read, so I'm going to listen to it rather. But I'm determined to get through it this month because if you didn't know, at the beginning of the year, in January, a friend of mine and I decided that we would buddy read this in January. Neither of us read it in January, neither of us read it in February, so I'm determined to read it in March, and then we'll see how far she has gotten, because she at least read the first 30 pages in January. I did not read a single page. Then, the next 2 books that I have are sort of a follow-up from one of the books that I read in February. So in February, let me just grab it. I read, if you didn't watch my February wrap-up video, I read The Truants by Kate Weinberg, which is a sort of murder mystery, not really murder mystery because nobody gets murdered, but a mystery thriller kind of book, and I really enjoyed it. So I want to continue on this path of mystery, thriller, strange storyline books. So I have selected 2 off of my bookshelf, which I actually bought, I think, the same time as I bought the Truants. So I was definitely in a mood while I bought these. But the first is The Method by Julie Zeh. And then the second one is Oligarchy by Scarlett Thomas. I'm going to read you the backs of these books because I don't know anything about them. So I'm just going to tell you what the blurb says. So this is Oligarchy. When Tash, daughter of a Russian oligarch, is sent to an English boarding school, she is new to the strange rituals of the girls there. Theirs is a world of strict pecking orders, eating disorders, and Instagram angst. Then Tash's friend Bianca mysteriously vanishes, and the routines of her dorm mates seem darker and more alien than before. So I thought that would be interesting. And then the method's description is: Mia Hall lives in a state governed by the method, where good health is the highest duty of the citizen. Everyone must submit medical data and sleep records to the authorities on a monthly basis, and regular exercise is mandatory. Mia is young and beautiful, a successful scientist who is outwardly obedient, but with an intellect that marks her as subversive. Convinced that her brother has been wrongfully convicted of a terrible crime, Mia comes up against the full force of a regime determined to control every aspect of its citizens' lives. So there you go. When I read the description of this book in the bookshop, it reminded me a lot of the movie The Circle. I don't know if The Circle was based off a book, but it reminded me a lot of The Circle. And I enjoyed that movie, so I thought I would enjoy this book as well. Yes. So there you have it. My short but sweet description of my March TBR. Here it is for you, all in a nice little stacky stack. Yes, so thank you very much for watching my March TBR video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more bookish content from me, subscribe. I will make more in the future. If I interested you in any of these books, I'm very happy. That's kind of what I'm here for. And I have nothing else to say to you. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and get to reading. That's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.